We shot it in June, and it was the most Christmas I've ever been around in the summertime.
Super nice to meet you, Gabe.
What up, Rachel?
Yeah, well, to just kind of hop into things, of course, I need to ask if you are a fan of the original Santa Claus movies.
Yes, that is an easy yes. The original Santa Claus, 1994. I was in high school at the time, and I remember watching that movie in theaters. People forget that, his character was a normal, regular, everyday dude before he became Santa.
Oh my gosh. Well, then if you watch this movie in theaters, like I'm guessing you didn't imagine like, hey, I'm going to be part of this universe someday.
I don't think anybody thought that doing something like that was possible. And then you see things like, what happened with the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai and how they were able to cross that world over into a series and continue the story in a new way. And I think that they were able to do that with Santa Clauses.
Well, then what was your first reaction when you found out you're going to be able to be a part of the show?
When they said it, I go, from the movies? That was my reaction. And I said it just like that. From the movies? And they're like, yeah, from the movies. And I'm like, oh my God. And so, of course, I went in and then, I started watching the first series and I'm like, oh my God, they made it work. And so I thought that was really, really cool. And so, of course, a chance to work with Tim Allen and Eric. And I mean, it's a great time. It really was. We shot it in June and it was the most Christmas I've ever been around in the summertime.
Well, we do. So we learn right off the bat, we've got Chris in Santopolis. We learn how important this place is to Chris. He'd do anything to keep it running. What is it about this place that you feel really connects him to it?
The fact that he's put his heart and soul into it. He's done everything to keep this place afloat and just nothing is working. And, his dad is trying to help him, but I think it's like anything, parents, they want to help your kids, but there comes a point where they're like, look, you're bleeding me dry here. So I think you're on your own. And so it's one of those things. He's just like, oh, I've done everything possible to take care of my baby, my precious. And yeah, so it's.
Well, Chris is so excited about meeting Santa that he might be ignoring maybe a few red flags and just kind of going with the flow with Mad Santa. So I love that dynamic. It's so fun. So what kind of work did you and Eric do to kind of build that relationship?
Yeah, no, it's really cute because they actually make reference to the fact that this is not the first time he meets Santa. It's the second time. He met him once as a kid. So they cut back to one of the actual clips from the original movie. And the little kid, they're saying that that's me, back then. And so I thought that was pretty cool that they made that connection. As far as like working with Eric, he's a very different Santa. He's not like a Tim Allen Santa. He's definitely a mad Santa. He's very grumpy and just most of the time you don't even realize it's Eric. The makeup is so good and he's such an amazing actor. He plays it very well. And he doesn't turn it off while he's got the beard on. He's still in that mode, which is really funny because we would talk about random things and he's still in that character.
Well, I mean, Chris is just such like a warm and optimistic person overall. Did you enjoy getting to play a character who sees the world in such a wonderful way?
The character is very happy, very optimistic, very just fun and loving. So there's not really any scenes of my character getting mad or being all over the place. He's just very even keel and just chill. He's a super chill, happy-go-lucky guy.
How has this experience just been for you overall? Getting to be a part of the series, filming in the North Pole.
The hardest thing was running in overalls in Santa boots. that was the hardest thing. Trying to get to my trailer in those Santa boots. Those boots were real. They were real boots.
That sounds like it would be difficult.
Yeah, I'm a 47-year-old who has to wear New Balance because he's got a plantar fasciitis, and so it's to put on these boots. That was my biggest complaint out of everything. So I think I had the best time because if that's all I had to complain about, it was a good time. It really was. And then every day is just like Christmas is my favorite holiday, and every day you're on the set and you're like, just it's 360, so it's not like a sitcom where it's one-sided. It's everywhere. And especially when we're at the park, it's like, this is legit a park. We are at a park.
That's so great to hear. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you had a great experience. And it looks like it is time for me to wrap. So thank you so much for chatting with me today, Gabe. And, can't wait to see what's next for the show.
Thank you, Rachel. Streaming now, just saying.
It is streaming now.
Check it out.